Howdy, friends.
Welcome back.
It's time to catch a ride with
Mawmaw and Pawpaw. I'm Mawmaw.
That makes me Pawpaw.
Sit back and relax as we share our uplifting stories and adventures.
Hopefully we're entertaining and inspire each of you to serve one another in love.
And lift your spirits. We want to connect with you.
We sure do. Stick around to the end, we'll tell you how to connect with us. On this episode, we're going to tell you all about our trip to Virginia. Ain't that gorgeous?
Beautiful. And then we're going to answer a question we hear a lot. Can you be our personal Uber driver?
It's time to explore with Mawmaw and Pawpaw.
I'm Mawmaw.
I guess that makes me Pawpaw. Yeah. Now that we've established who everybody is here, let's tell everybody about our recent adventures.
All right.
We've got this new format we're doing to explore KC, but since we're on the road this week, we thought we'd do things a little bit differently. So we're going to have two places we're going to talk about, share our stories with that happened in Kansas City.
Yep.
Then we've also got two places that we're going to talk about that we found along the way on our trip to Virginia.
Yeah. So, ready to talk about it?
Let's go.
All right. We'll start in Kansas City.
Perfect.
Okay. So, before we even left Kansas City, we went to Oldham's Barbecue in Belton, Missouri.
As promised.
As promised, yes, we told you we were going to go there, and then didn't, and now we did. So here it is. First of all, our server was Ashley, and she was a doll. Oh my goodness.
Super sweet.
Super, super sweet. She went above and beyond to help me out with all my food issues, and she was just so wonderful. She treated us like we were her own grandparent. She was just a wonderful little thing. Really enjoyed her service. Man, I could go on and on about this place. I was really, really impressed with the place.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, it was very, very welcoming.
Very comforting.
Yeah.
And they had like wood paneling and a little gift shop in the front.
Yeah, that was really cute. Even the bathroom was adorable. I took a photo of the bathroom. I'll let you guys figure out which one it was. Yeah, I did.
As far as the food, for me, it was like a big claim this guy made that this was the best barbecue place in Kansas City.
Yeah.
That's something you don't take lightly.
Yeah.
So we went to check it out, and overall, I would say my overall assessment is, yeah, it's
pretty good.
Traditional Kansas City, authentic Kansas City barbecue. For me, the way they focus on the meat, smoking the meat properly, was spot on. It was good.
Yeah, very good. Everything was very tender and moist, from the burnt ends to
The
ribs.
most moist. Did you say that? Was it moistest? The most moist burnt ends I've ever had.
Best, they were good. And now I did have two issues with gluten, but to be fair, our waitress did everything she could to inform me properly. I just took the chance. I really took it upon myself to take the chance on two things. So I did have an issue with gluten, but
It was kind of relatively minor.
yeah, it was. But
But it's still,
it wasn't on them. It was completely my fault.
there's still something with one of them.
Yeah, let everyone know.
Anybody that might be gluten sensitive,
So
be aware.
the spicy barbecue sauce is definitely gluten free, but I didn't try that one because I'm not a spicy barbecue person. The non-spicy barbecue sauce didn't specifically say it was gluten free, but it didn't have any ingredients that flew up gluten flags. So I made the educated decision to try that one, and so
That's one thing that we did.
we're
not sure.
Right. And then at the end, I had ice cream and chocolate syrup, and there's a good chance the chocolate syrup's not gluten free.
We didn't even think about
Didn't
checking
even
it.
think of it. Yeah. But so, other than that, this was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would highly recommend going to visit, even if you have gluten issues, because they do an amazing job at keeping you informed.
Right. And the food must be good because when we pulled up, I recognized the restaurant because we picked up their DoorDash several times.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's kind of remote, South Kansas City and Belton. But if you're on the south side of Kansas City, it's definitely worth shoot anywhere. We're from the north side. We made the trip and we plan to do it again.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're on the south side of Kansas City, definitely should go check it out.
Yeah, I must.
So overall, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Go check out Odin's.
Yeah, bud. So next we want to talk about is our open mic night. That was Friday night. On April Fool's Day. No joke. We had a good time.
Yeah.
And had another good turnout.
Yep.
Mawmaw sang some karaoke with Bill Bloss, one of the gentlemen at our church.
He used to be a member of the Country Hayride Opry.
Out of Excelsior Springs. Yes, I got to watch him when I was just a little kid.
She was kind of a fan as a kid, and then she got to perform with him
On
as
stage.
an adult.
Yeah, so you get to see a clip of that, or hear a clip of that for the podcasting world. So that was fun.
What else did you want to tell them about the open mic night?
Well, that to keep in mind, open mic night is every first Friday of every month.
Okay.
And so next month, May, it'll be on May 6th. So 6
Day after
p.m.
Cinco de Mayo.
So May 6th, 6
6
p.m. First Christian Church of Montana. Check
Hope
us
to
out.
see you there.
Yeah. So now we're on the road.
Yes.
We're out of Kansas City.
Somewhere in Kentucky.
Nope, we are somewhere in Kentucky now, but we had to stop somewhere in Illinois. Mount Vernon?
Yep.
Yep, Mount Vernon, and we had to eat breakfast lunch this morning.
Yes.
And so we stopped at a place called the Waffle Company. It's like a little mom and pop type restaurant. They did not have a whole lot of gluten-free options. I had to just go with something safe, eggs and bacon, but amazing bacon. Oh my goodness.
Best bacon she said she's had
In a
for
long
ages.
time. Yeah, I like my bacon crispy, and they did a great job at that. And of course, you can't really go wrong with eggs. It was good food. So his was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said sausage and eggs with French toast.
Yeah.
And I got grits with my eggs.
Oh, tell me what you did with the
The
grits.
grits were amazing the way I normally eat them with the eggs. Really good egg grits. But I tried something I've heard about. Put sugar in your grits. Have you heard about that? Comment below. Let me know what you think, where it came from, because I've heard from all over the country things like, oh, that's how we do it in Indiana. We eat it with sugar. And I've heard it in New York. That's how we do it in New York. Eat it with sugar. For people from the South, that's how they do it in the South. Eat it with sugar. I'd never heard of it before the last few years, but now all of a sudden everybody is telling me about how you gotta eat it with sugar, and I'm like, okay. So I finally tried it today, and I gotta say it wasn't bad. It kind of tastes like malto milk.
That's what you said.
So
So if you like multi-wheel,
go for it.
try it.
Good stuff.
So that was a fun little restaurant, though.
And I liked the atmosphere because it was kind of down home.
Yeah.
Everybody knew everybody.
Yeah, and one of the gentlemen that was eating there just started up a conversation with us like we were family.
Yep.
Yes.
He told us about we told him where we were going, and he told us about people he knew in the area in Virginia.
And he got his kids and grandkids.
Yeah. Some of them that are in Missouri, because we told them we were in Missouri.
Yeah.
And our waitress, she was funny. She would go around, she treated everybody like family,
Yeah.
but as if she was like the mean aunt.
Yeah.
I'll get to you when I get to you.
Just shut up and eat your food.
Right. We made fun of her about it. She said, "Oh, that's just how we are around here."
They were all just teasing him, but it was a really good time.
It was fun to just watch him. We gave him a
Yeah,
card.
watching them interact.
Yeah.
Was really fun.
We gave him a card, asked him to watch for us on the podcast. We told him we were going to give him
A shout out.
Yeah. So,
Because they were great.
Waffle Company, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Shout out.
Thank you.
We loved it.
All right.
So now we make it to Kentucky.
Yes.
Louisville,
Louisville.
Kentucky. What could we possibly go do?
about the Lousville Slugger?
Yeah.
We stopped at the museum there in Louisville. And first thing I want to say, along the way, we were looking for a place to go, and we found, Louisville Slugger Museum. We got to go.
Right.
We booked our tickets and did everything in advance. We had plenty of time. We thought, man, what are we going to do? We're going to be like half an hour early.
Right.
And then along the way, we realized we were going to go through a time change.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind if you're traveling from the west.
Yeah. And you're going to book in advance, take in consideration the time change. So, needless to say, we missed the tour. So there's a guided tour.
Right.
And there's time frames that they do it. It takes about 60 to 90 minutes for the tour. And it's only $18 a person that we missed. But they still had a little tiny museum area that you could walk through and read a bunch of stuff and see a bunch of bats that real players have used in their stories. And
you got to actually hold them?
Yeah,
take a picture with them?
Yeah. So that was really fun. I held, who was the guy?
Alex Ford.
Alex Ford.
She had to do the one from the
Kansas
Kansas City Royals.
Heck yes, I did. I held it. I'll take a picture with you. You'll see.
I did Cal Ripken.
Yep. Oh, and I found a bat from George Brett.
What he actually used early in the 80s.
From 1980 to 1983, that was the bat he used. So
That's
that was kind of cool, yeah. And then I took some fun pictures with the statue guys that they had in there.
She was having too much fun with
I was. You'll see. It was a blast.
They had a cool little fast pitch, like stare down a fastball thing.
Yeah, see what it's like to stand behind or see a fastball from out here or
Right.
something. I don't remember how they said it, but it was pretty neat. Oh, we got video of that, didn't we?
Yeah. Look at Mawmaw jumping around.
Oh my goodness, and didn't you get a video of the guy actually making a bat right there?
Yeah, he had a chunk of wood on a lathe and actually hand turning it to get a bat made.
That was really cool. I really like that. So even though we missed the tour, there was still quite a bit for us to entertain us inside. It was really neat. So,
and what I liked was how there was so much reference to the Negro Leagues. So it kind of reminded us of home in the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City.
That's right.
So it's kind of neat to see how even in, when they're focusing on the Lousville Slugger throughout the history of baseball, they still referenced the Negro Leagues and inadvertently Missouri, Kansas City.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was really neat. So we've really been having a good time on our travels so far. We did stay at kind of a key hotel on the way here. It wasn't so fun, but we won't even mention its name.
It's getting dark. Maybe we got to cut this off.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Catch you next week and give you more updates on our adventures.
Yep. Hope to see you later.
It's story time with Mawmaw and Pawpaw.
All right, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love to hear your stories.
Yes, that's my favorite part.
This week's a little different since we're driving to Virginia, but there is one young man Mawmaw wanted to tell everybody about.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was last week or the week before last. We were talking about a young man who got in the car and was telling us about how he mixes music and about how wonderful of a visit it was, even though everything he was telling me was way over my head because he was just super smarter than me. But anyways, after the video aired, he saw it and then connected with us in a way that was super duper cool. So he tagged himself in the video, in his comment.
Like in the time.
In the
slot.
time, yeah.
So you can
So
click
it's like,
on it and go right to
yeah,
our video where we're talking about him.
Yes, that was the neatest thing. One, I didn't know you could do that. But two, the fact that he reached out and connected to us and he had to say, thank you.
That was cool.
That made my heart so happy. So thank you again for reaching out.
And all of you all reach out to us too.
Yes,
a lot of
connect with
fun.
us. It makes me super duper happy.
Right.
I love it.
So we got a lot to talk about our adventures just coming out here.
Yeah.
And while we're out here, we're going to expand on it more next week.
Yes. So
But
story time may be longer next week,
Right.
shorter this week.
This week, we're just going to share some of the photos from our trip out here.
Yeah.
Mawmaw's got some video.
Yeah, some really pretty scenery.
And all that looks really cool.
Yep.
We've had some good one-on-one time as we come out. The road trip's really great for married couples.
Yeah.
As long as you take good breaks.
Yes. Gotta take good breaks.
We did have the time to put together a little ditty.
We did! Not about Jack and Diane, about Mawmaw and Pawpaw.
That's right.
Doing Uber.
And it might be something for everybody who's driven in this gig economy.
Yes.
Might appeal to you.
It's fun. It's called Looking for Rides. Here it is.
Ready? Okay, this is for all you Uber drivers out there struggling to make a buck. Well, I was looking for rides in all the wrong places, looking for rides in too many spaces, searching for rides without any traces of what we're dreaming of, hoping to find a trip or a rider. God bless our wallets getting lighter by the minute. Oh, looking for rides.
Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that song. We sure enjoyed making it for you.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We plan to do more of those in the future, so look for those.
Yes. All right.
So, story time, I think that's about all we got for this week, but we want to invite you to make sure you come back next week. We're going to expand on all these trip ideas. We're going to have pictures and more stories of the adventures here and some videos. Hope you enjoy those things.
Yeah.
But I think, do you have anything to add about story time?
No, I think
How
it's
about
time
we move right into the questions and advice section?
Yeah. So, questions and advice with Mawmaw and Pawpaw. Okay, so the question: can you be our driver every time? Now, we get that question asked in many different ways, many different times, and I'm telling you, it feels amazing every time it happens. I love it. It makes my heart fill up with joy, lets me know we're actually connecting with those people.
Really providing a service.
Yeah. It just kind of lets us know we're doing what we're supposed to be doing when we get those questions. We love it. But, and ultimately, here's our answers, okay?
So wait, let's start off with the fact that when people ask that question, it actually comes across in two different ways, in my opinion.
Right.
We've talked about it before. Sometimes it seems to be that they're asking, can we request you specifically through Uber to be our Uber driver?
Right.
And then it seems like there's other people that are saying, can we exchange personal information and have a private type of contract to be our driver?
Right. Well, the story that comes to mind when I think about all of this is the three boys that we told you about. I don't remember what episode it was, but we picked up three boys that were like 10, 12, and 14. We were taking to one of the boys' brother's soccer game. And by the time we connected with those boys, it was a great ride. And by the time we got there, one of the boys, as they were getting out of the car, asked us point blank, can you be our Uber driver every time? And I'm telling you, everything in me wanted to scream out, yes, just call Mama, we'll come pick you up. But at the time, we really had no idea how that was possible.
Well, we started to do some research. We had some other riders tell us that there's a way to favorite a rider.
Right.
So we looked into it more, and what we found an Uber article that we've provided a link to below.
Yeah.
So look in the description, you can find a link and look at it yourself. But that article kind of seemed to agree with what our riders have been telling us, that you can favorite a driver.
Right.
And
as you get out of the ride, and so at the same time when you're rating them,
right,
is when you would want to select them as your favorite, first of all.
So you select them as a favorite, then you have to schedule a ride.
Correct. So that means you're booking a ride in advance. So let's say you're wanting to leave at 1, you schedule it to be picked up at 1, and not just get on Uber or look for a ride. There's a difference between scheduling and just requesting. Does that make sense?
Yes. So the answer to the question essentially is yes, you can, kind of.
Right.
It starts with favoriting a driver when you rate them and scheduling your ride.
Exactly. And then you also got to keep in mind we have to be in the area and online working. So basically what it will do is it'll give
whenever you schedule a ride and you have favorite drivers, it'll give your favorite drivers first dibs at
filling that reservation.
At filling that reservation, exactly. And if none of your favorite drivers are around, obviously you'll get someone you don't know. So our advice is, if you find a rider or a driver that you like, favorite them and schedule your Uber rides instead of just logging on and looking for a ride.
And don't forget to check out our article below.
Yes.
And if you have any comments or anything, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
If you've been able to do this successfully.
Yes, we love to hear from you. Comment below.
And you know, one thing that I remember from that ride, when those boys got out and said that, you wanted to just give them our phone number.
Yes, I wanted to just have my personal phone number and just say, call Mama, I'll pick you up anytime.
And we've had a lot of people ask us that general question, how do we privately connect and make our own contract as your driver?
Right.
And not so many words.
Right.
And again, that does feel good to feel that, and we've considered it. However,
we actually looked into it. We thought about this.
Yes, we've thought about it hard.
But
the problem is, one of the main things we like about doing Uber is the flexibility.
Exactly.
If you've been listening to us from the beginning, we've expressed over and over again, the reason we like this gig economy is we like being able to leave town at a moment's notice and go work at another opportunity.
Like right now, we're on our way to Virginia.
Exactly.
So, and I think another thing, at least for Mama, really, is I don't want to get to that point where I have to let someone down and tell them, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you out today. I know it sounds like a really important appointment, but having to let someone down would be heartbreaking.
Right. Well, on top of the emotional side and the flexibility of doing Uber, there's also the liability that I'm not sure about.
Right. There's a whole area of insurance.
Right. And we've thought hard about what would happen if we did do this privately and something went wrong.
Right.
We kind of like having Uber as a buffer between, for lack of a better word, between
right.
the riders and us, at least from a liability standpoint.
Exactly.
So right now, if there's an issue that we can't resolve between ourselves and our riders, in theory, the idea is that the rider is contracted through Uber, and we as drivers have contracted through Uber in order to allow them to be the mediator to resolve disputes. And we kind of like having that.
Yeah.
And again, we don't want to set up another business that we would have to leave at a moment's notice, and that's going to provide extra liability for us.
So, besides all of that, when we really thought about it, we do this to pay our bills, but we're really in this to serve one another. And serving one another in love is more important to us than throwing this big, ginormous enterprise where everybody wants Mawmaw Pawpaw as their personal driver.
Right. Because we could use the brand and get a bunch of other old grandma and grandpas to go out there and drive and subcontract to others. Right. That's the way I think we could really make money, but we're not in this to make money.
Right.
That's not really what we want to do.
So we're actually serving our purpose doing this exactly the way we are, and we love hearing when you guys say, hey, can you be our Uber driver? We love hearing it.
So don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop asking us. As a matter of fact, if we're your favorite Uber driver, comment below. Let us know.
That's awesome.
So, I think that wraps it up. We've given our advice, and we've answered the question pretty well.
Sounds good to me.
Until next week, guys.
Connect with us, folks.
Yeah, before we go, we would like to invite you one more time to connect with us any way you can.
Yep, so remember, our podcast can be found on Thursdays by 5 on your local podcasting platform.
Yeah, also follow us on all our social media sites.
Yes, we have a Facebook. Just search for Catch a Ride with Mawmaw and Pawpaw. That's a great place to stay connected with us. We're going to post information while we're on our trip.
Mm-hmm.
So keep a lookout there. You can send us messages on our messenger if you don't want to post anything live on the wall. For the podcasters listening, don't forget we have a YouTube channel. You can watch all of this, which is very entertaining.
Links below.
But again, it's Catch a Ride with Mawmaw and Pawpaw.
And you can always send us an email. Ride with Mawmaw and Pawpaw
at gmail.com. We do have a website we're still working on, and we'll announce it when that one's up and going and live. So until then, you're welcome to support us.
Yeah, we'd love for you to visit our Etsy page, pick out some products. It's the best way to support us.
Yeah.
Our Etsy handle is Joyful Creations DPD. No spaces. Well, we also want to invite you to connect with us live and in person. Come to our church. Our information is listed below for our church. If you're in the Kansas City area, come on over to Buckner, hang out with us.
So, next
week, we plan to really expand on our trip. There's a couple places we're going to visit on our way back. It's going to be a surprise. Yeah. So tune in next week when you can catch a ride with Mawmaw and Pawpaw.
We'll be there to pick you up.